Chashma. It is totally round. See? Shall I remove it?
Your choice.
Better no.
It started, no, sir.
Live in 44. It's okay.
It started.
Yeah, live in 40 minutes.
It's live. It's live.
Live in 40 seconds. Though.
Hello fellow fans, welcome to a new segment. This is called FDM World Cup Live, which will happen on a daily basis. And here we go, the big stage is open. Ahmedabad, Narendra Modi Stadium, England versus New Zealand. What a game we had, what a start.
Absolute unbelievable match that was. Everybody would have thought that England will win easily, but it was the opposite. Actually, it was Uno reverse played by New Zealand.
Yeah. New Zealand made a statement here after their 2019 World Cup final.
Actually, that was a kind of a revenge, I would say.
Yeah, you can call it that way. So,
because luck favored them there, but here they don't need any luck. It was their all effort, all hard work, because of which they won this game. Beautiful game.
Yeah, so before moving into much deeper into the game, fans, this is a World Cup daily show that's going to happen. Tune in to our channel end of every day, match days, and get along with us. Do let us know if you are also interested in watch alongs.
Yeah, we can do that. We can have a 5 hours watch along where everyone will be there watching the match and even the commenting.
Yeah.
So if you feel like, just please put in your thoughts in the comment section and do let us know.
Yeah. So what are your highlights of the game? There's a lot to talk about this game, but let's start with you.
For me, it was one guy, Rachin Ravindra. None other than that guy. He played absolutely brilliantly. He's been asked to replace Williamson's position, and he has actually bettered his selection for that.
Yeah, true. Also, now when Williamson comes back, it is a question.
It will be very difficult for selectors whom to play on the playing 11.
Yeah. I know it's a dream debut, as one of our subscribers who's put in a comment there. That's very true. And also, Rachin name comes from two legendary players,
Rahul and Sachin.
Yeah. Moving on. So for me, when we did the team analysis, we had particularly picked in this guy, Rachin Ravindra, especially after his warm-up game, where he scored 90 odd runs and made New Zealand a great start. So when now that batting is kind of resolved and bowling also looks far better, the team balance goes a little more better into this World Cup. What are your thoughts?
For New Zealand, I would say today they played their 11 fit players. The remaining rest of the players were not fit.
Yeah.
So kudos to them how they managed and made the balanced team out of this situation and performed really brilliantly. It was they have outplayed England, and if you see same as for England, they looked very balanced on paper, on sheet, but as I mentioned earlier, even though there is balanced team, players have their replacement ready, but they don't have that quality which is lacking and which showed today.
I mean, you were very right when you made that rating for England bowling department.
Yeah. I gave them 5, so I think today they were less than 5. But let's see how they perform in the coming matches. Yeah.
Another couple of performances which we cannot write off is Devon Conway's innings. Brilliant. His maiden ODI World Cup innings. It was great. Then it was Matt Henry with the ball. I mean, that spell was great. 3-wicket haul.
Actually, it started with him, Henry, because his initial overs and in between, he put the pressure always on England batsmen. He didn't give many freebies to them. And because of that, he got those initial wickets, and even in between and even in that.
Yeah, there were some particular stats that were pulled out of this game. One was all the 11 batsmen in the England team scored a 2-digit. That was one thing to call out. And also Santner with his 10-over spell never conceded a boundary. That's the first time a bowler has not conceded a boundary in 10 overs.
And considering this Ahmedabad pitch, which is a belter of a pitch, in that if you are not given a boundary in 60 balls, absolute commendable that is.
Then we could see those 2 cheeky wickets from the goggle guy, Glenn Phillips. Yeah, that was, I mean, it was a collective effort. New Zealand did the job brilliantly to chase down this target in less than 35-36 overs. It's tremendous.
Okay, let's now just wanted to bring one point here.
Yeah.
About the captaincy. What do you feel about captaincy of Butler versus Latham in
So,
today's game.
If you consider today's game, of course, Latham did some brilliant captaincy, some great moves in the
Great
middle
bowling
overs.
change.
Yes, of course. Butler had no answers to New Zealand batting. Okay, that was my call of today's game. But Butler is a decent captain, especially considering the previous results. Of course, a lot to learn for England. A wake-up call, I would say, especially after losing by a big margin
Yeah.
here. So that's one thing I would like to call out about Butler's captaincy when compared to Latham.
Okay, for me, actually today, yeah, as you rightly said, yeah, he has a good potential. Butler
Yeah.
has a good potential in captaincy. But I'm just wanted to talk about today's game where he was not having much answer, especially in the second part of the innings because they were not having a big total which they
Yeah.
usually will do or they will normally post above 323, 30 at least, which they couldn't do. So which showed in his second innings when they were bowling. But for Latham, I would say whenever he has made those changes, like when he introduced Phillips, they needed wicket.
Yeah.
He introduced Phillips, he got the wicket of Moeen Ali. And even same thing, when it was actually they were not accelerating, he changed to Henry again
Yeah.
and he took Butler's wicket.
Yeah, that was good. I
And
mean,
again Phillips, he took Root's wicket. So whatever
changes Latham made,
he
it
was,
worked out really well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some of the positives for England, I would say, from this game is Joe Root's batting.
Yes.
That was one good thing to watch, especially after coming back after a break. Joe Root did prove that his potential is rightly used in the middle order. Apart from that, I think the lower order batting collectively made a 50 odd runs to push the chase to 280, 282. That
Yeah,
was
so along with all the chaos, he was the calm wind. He was moving them ahead, and
Yeah.
he was in the previous series also he was having lack of runs, but in this opener he really scored nicely.
Yeah. One more thing is, though Butler, Brook, and Moeen Ali tried to support Joe Root in the middle overs, they couldn't stay longer at the crease. That's one thing they have to watch out for, especially in 50-over cricket, which is very crucial.
Yeah, I think if you see the lineup, so if you play an aggressive kind of cricket every time, it tends to happen.
Yeah, I know.
They might be successful 5-6 times. Obviously, there has to be the aggressiveness. It's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So that happened. That which proved today. But I don't think it will continue because they are a very good team, and in coming matches they will improve.
Yeah, one of the disappointing things that I saw was the crowd percentage at Narendra Modi Stadium was relatively very low, especially for a World Cup opener.
I don't
would
know.
agree. I would agree if this was a game that was in between the fixtures, but this is rightly the opener. I could see like Sachin carrying that World Cup to the trophy.
Yeah.
So apparently the crowd didn't put up there, but there could be so many reasons. That's another debate to go about on how tickets were priced or things like that, how it was made open to public and things like that. Now, another question, okay, that arises from this is, should India have played the opener, as rightly asked by one of our subscriber. That's another thing to discuss. What are your thoughts? I thought India should have played the opener along with the champions from the previous edition.
Yeah, agreed. But considering they were the finalist in the last 2019 World Cup, so it was actually a fair game to be given as an opening game to be given to them. Yeah, that is agreed. But yeah, that is also something where we can see, okay, if you are a hosting nation,
Yeah.
you should also be considered. But I would feel it is something when people who have played in the finals, they should be given the first
I mean,
chance.
to generate that spark in the opening match, I feel host should always start the
Yeah.
tournament.
So guys, you can also comment what do you think, whether it should have been an India match today or the last 2019 finalists playing today's match. So you can give those in your comment box.
So one of our subscribers is asking, what is the turning point in the game? What is it according to you?
Turning point, there are actually so many for England, but for New Zealand, I would say their turning point was Rachin Ravindra, because he has bowled. He couldn't take many wickets. He took only one wicket.
Yeah.
But with that, he has replaced Williamson in today's match, and obviously that was a turning point where he didn't give any chance to England bowlers. He took Wood apart.
Yeah.
he was actually bowling more than 150, and he's a young guy.
And I think he considered over, 50 runs in his 5 overs or something. One more turning point is New Zealand picking those wickets in the right succession. Like every
Yeah, they were picking in regular intervals,
Exactly.
which did not allow England to have that
cruise
momentum.
through. Yeah, exactly. So that was the turning point for me. These are some of the things that we had to watch for. Fans, one question to you: do you guys prefer having watch-alongs during the game so that we could include that going forward? Please comment down. We will try to have that initiated from our end. So let us know. One last thing. Now that we know how both the teams fared, who was your man of the match for the game?
For me, Rachin, Ravindra, for sure. No other person. Although Conway has played brilliantly, but without that number 3 position, if he was failed, he got failed, then it could have been a little tricky for New Zealand.
Yeah.
But he supported.
Yeah. For me, it is like 2 to 3 people collectively have won it for them, but Rachin deserves it, especially coming down and playing against the champions, the opener, first game for him, and proving that he's the right.
In World Cup debut, if you're scoring a century, what more do you need?
Exactly. So, a lot of things in the opener to go through, seeing forward to the other games, guys.
Yeah,
do
and
let us
also
know.
just wanted to also bring to notice, because of this easy chase by New Zealand, they chased it within 14 overs to spare.
Yeah.
Their net run is too high. England is a great headache to look forward to. So, all the best to England.
Yeah. So until next time, tomorrow is another match day, Pakistan, Netherlands. So guys, see you in there, end of the day.
Yeah, don't forget, we'll be doing this regularly, which is our World Cup daily. So please tune out for this episode every day.
Thank you, Fundamentals.
Thank you. Let's go, Fundamentals.